Brother, I'm gonna tell you something right now, and if you let it sink in, it could save you years of wasted time. You ready? Here it is. Nobody cares if you wake up at 5 a.m. Read that again. Let it burn. You can wake up at 5 a.m. every single day for the next year and still be broke, still be stuck, still be the man you're secretly disappointed in when you look in the mirror. Because the truth is, the 5 a.m. mindset was never about the time. It's about the intention behind your actions. See, we've been sold this fantasy that waking up early makes you successful, that if you just set your alarm before the sun, you've somehow joined the ranks of the elite. That's not how this works. I've met men who wake up at 4:30 a.m. every morning and spend the first hour scrolling their phone. I've met men who wake up at 9 a.m. and in the first 2 hours they've built more progress, more value, more momentum than most people build in a week. It's not about the clock, it's about the compass. The 5 a.m. mindset is not get up early, it's get up with purpose. It's opening your eyes in the morning and knowing exactly why you're getting out of bed. Not to impress Instagram, not to tick off some fake productivity checklist, but because you've got a mission, and your mission doesn't care about the time, and it cares about the intention. You've seen it, brother. The 5 a.m. club trend. The videos of billionaires drinking black coffee before sunrise, meditating for 20 minutes, reading 50 pages, journaling about gratitude. Like if you just copy their morning routine, you'll magically inherit their bank account. It's a nice story, but it's a lie. Let me tell you about a guy I knew, Chris. Chris was the poster boy for the 5 a.m. hustle lifestyle. Every day he posted sunrise pictures on his story with captions like, "Up before the competition," or "The grind don't stop." At first I thought, man, Chris must be building something big. But then I started paying attention. He wasn't running a business. He wasn't chasing a dream. He was just up early. See, Chris had confused motion with progress. You know what I found out? He'd wake up at 5, scroll on Instagram for 40 minutes, make breakfast, watch some YouTube, maybe hit the gym. And then by 9 a.m. he'd run out of steam and waste the rest of the day. Brother, listen to me. You can wake up early and still waste your life. You can look busy and still be empty. You can trick the world into thinking you're hustling, while deep down you know you're just killing time. The time you wake up is just a number. If your hours aren't pointed towards something meaningful, they're just empty space on a clock. The 5 a.m. club won't save you, only intention will. Let's strip the hype away. The 5 a.m. mindset is not a time on the clock, it's a decision. It's the decision that says, I refuse to drift through life on autopilot. I am going to steer this ship. Even if the waves are rough, even if the sky is dark, even if I don't know exactly where the shore is yet. Brother, it's about ownership. Most men are just passengers in their own lives. They go where the current takes them, wherever the job says, wherever the bills force them, wherever the crowd goes. But a man with the 5 a.m. mindset, he grabs the wheel. He doesn't wait for perfect conditions. He doesn't wait until motivation magically shows up. He gets moving, always on purpose, with a plan, with fire in his chest. Think about a soldier in battle. It doesn't matter if he wakes up before sunrise or at noon. When the moment comes, he's ready, armed, and focused. That's what this mindset is, readiness plus direction plus discipline. It's not wake up early, it's wake up for something. And here's the truth. If you don't have a mission, it doesn't matter how early you wake up. You're just starting your nothingness earlier. Now, you can't just decide to live intentionally and expect magic. You need a framework, something to build on. That's where the 3 pillars come in. If you get these 3 locked in, brother, the time you wake up becomes irrelevant because every hour will be a weapon in your hands. You can't hit a target you can't see. Most men live like blind archers, firing arrows into the dark and hoping one hits something. Clarity is knowing exactly what you want, not, I want to be successful. That's vague. That's a wish. It's, I want to build a business that replaces my job in 18 months. It's, I want to lose 30 pounds by next summer and keep it off. It's, I want to save $10,000 by the end of the year. Clarity is measurable, clarity is specific, and when you have it, your brain starts filtering out the noise. Remember this. A man with no clarity chases everything. A man with clarity ignores almost everything. Clarity is knowing where you're going. Focus is refusing to look anywhere else. Distractions will kill you faster than failure ever will. Failure at least teaches you something. Distraction just wastes your life. When you focus, you don't just try to work. You cut off the junk, the endless scrolling, the pointless group chats, the fake urgent stuff that's just other people's priorities. Brother, your attention is your most valuable currency. And just like money, if you spend it on trash, you stay broke. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it. And here's the ugly truth: feelings are not reliable. If you live by feelings, you'll work hard on Monday and quit by Thursday. If you live by discipline, you'll keep moving whether you're tired, busy, or just not in the mood. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your results. Without it, clarity and focus are just nice ideas. Remember this, brother. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. And here's the kicker. When you stack these three, clarity, focus, and discipline, you become dangerous. Not to other people, not in a violent way, but dangerous to the version of you that was lazy, broke, and unfulfilled. You start killing that man off day by day, hour by hour. I want you to picture a man. He's 32 years old. His name's Marcus. From the outside, Marcus is doing okay. He's got a job. He's got an apartment. He's got a girlfriend. But if you looked closer, you'd see the truth. He hates his job. He hates how tired and overweight he feels. And the apartment? It's not a home. It's just the place he crashes before he does it all over again. See, Marcus thought life would just work out. Go to school, get a job, things will be fine. But here he was in his 30s, no progress, no excitement, no purpose, and then came the night. He and his girlfriend got into an argument. Nothing big, just one of those small fights that turns real ugly because it's been building for months. She looked him dead in the eyes and said, "You're not a man with a plan. You're just a man who wakes up." That hit him harder than any insult, because deep down, he knew she was right. That night, Marcus couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned, staring at the ceiling, thinking about those words. Not a man with a plan, just a man who wakes up. And that's when it clicked. The next morning, Marcus didn't magically wake up at 5 a.m. In fact, he slept in until 10 a.m. But this time, he did something different. He sat at his kitchen table with a notebook and a pen, and for the first time in years, he wrote, "What do I actually want from my life?" It wasn't perfect, it wasn't polished, but it was the first intentional action he'd taken in years. That was day one, and that single question started a chain reaction. Over the next week, Marcus made small moves. He started walking 20 minutes every morning. He brought lunch from home instead of buying fast food. He dusted off the business idea he'd abandoned 3 years ago. By month 3, he'd lost 15 pounds and had his first paying client for his side hustle. By year 1, he'd left his job, dropped 40 pounds, and moved into a place he actually loved waking up in. Here's the kicker. Marcus never joined the 5 a.m. club. Some days he woke up early, some days later. But every day he woke up for something. Brother Marcus didn't need an earlier alarm. He needed a reason to get out of bed. That's the 5 a.m. mindset. It's not about hours, it's about ownership. And here's the dangerous truth. If you don't create that reason for yourself, life will hand you one. And it usually comes in the form of a crisis, a loss, or a wake-up call you wish you never got. Don't wait for that. Don't wait until you've lost the job, the relationship, the health you took for granted. Start now. Here's the thing most men don't realize. Your brain is not neutral. It's not just sitting there recording life like a camera. It's actively filtering, deleting, and highlighting information every single second. That's why when you buy a red car, you start seeing red cars everywhere. That's why when you decide you want to learn guitar, you suddenly notice every music shop in town. This isn't magic. It's something in your brain called the reticular activating system, the RAS. Think of your RAS like a nightclub bouncer. Thousands of thoughts are trying to get into your mind every second. But the bouncer has a list, only certain ones get in. Here's the dangerous part. Most men don't give their bouncer a list, so the wrong things keep getting in. Instead of filtering for opportunity, they're filtering for distraction. Instead of looking for solutions, they're looking for entertainment. And guess what? That's all they see. When you live intentionally, you reprogram that bouncer. You give it a list of exactly what to let in. Opportunities to grow my business. Chances to improve my health. People who match my values. Suddenly, you start spotting doors that were always there. You just didn't notice them before. That's why the man with intention always seems lucky. It's not luck, it's focus. There's another principle at play here, Parkinson's Law. It says that work expands to fill the time you give it. So if you say, I'll get this done sometime today, it will take all day. But if you say, I'll finish this in the next 90 minutes, your brain compresses the distractions and gets to work. That's why intention plus deadlines is a lethal combination. It forces your focus into a small, powerful beam like a laser, and a laser cuts through anything. Brother, here's the blunt truth. The world is full of men who are awake but not alive. They're breathing, blinking, walking around, but inside they're running on autopilot. The 5 a.m. mindset is the opposite. It's switching off autopilot, grabbing the controls and flying the damn plane. Brother, every man walks this earth thinking he has time, but time is a liar. It makes you believe you can waste your days, that tomorrow will always come, that you can fix your life later. But later is a graveyard where dreams go to rot. Listen to me, you weren't placed here by accident. Every sunrise you see is God whispering, I'm giving you another chance. Do something with it. But too many men, they ignore the whisper. They wait until they're broke, until their body is weak, until their mind is poisoned with regret, before they start moving. Don't be that man. This is your season to rise. Not next year, not next month. Now, God doesn't bless procrastination. He blesses motion. Get up. Build that body into armor. Sharpen your mind into a weapon. Stack your money like a fortress. Love like a king, not a beggar. Because one day, the trumpet will sound, your time will be called, and you'll stand before your Creator, either as a man who lived his calling or a man who wasted it. Brother, choose wisely. Most men, they drift through life like a ship with no anchor, chasing the next distraction, the next cheap thrill, the next excuse to not face themselves. We hide behind, I'll start tomorrow, as if tomorrow is promised. We bury our hunger under comfort, our purpose under Netflix, our edge under the soft pillow of laziness. But here's the thing. Life isn't waiting for you to get ready. She's moving, and if you keep standing still, you're gonna watch every opportunity sail past you. I'm telling you this man to man, before it's too late, get your body right, not just for the mirror, but because discipline in your flesh becomes discipline in your mind. Control your vices. Whether it's women, weed, whiskey, or whatever's got you by the throat, if you can't say no to it, you don't own your life. Stack your skills like a warrior stacks weapons. Don't just work for money. Learn how to make money work for you. Build something that can't be taken from you. Stand for something. Because a man with no code is just a boy with a beard. And for God's sake, stop waiting for someone to save you. No one's coming. Your father's not coming. The government's not coming. Your woman's not coming. It's you. It's always been you. So tighten your grip, square your shoulders, and walk into the fire before the fire finds you. You think time is on your side? It's not. Every day you put off the work, the grind, the discipline, is another day you let the man you could be slip further away. See, life doesn't wait for you to be ready. The opportunities you hesitate on, they don't circle back. The respect you never demand, it gets replaced by pity. And the dreams you keep planning for tomorrow, tomorrow has a habit of never showing up. You can't keep living like you've got infinite chances, because you don't. One day your knees will ache, one day you won't recover as fast. One day the hunger will fade because you've convinced yourself it's too late. And that's the saddest part. Not that the world gave up on you, but that you gave up on yourself. So listen, don't be that man who looks back at 40, 50, 60 and whispers, I should have. Be the man who looks back and says, I did. Because when it's all said and done, the only regret worth fearing is the one you can still prevent today. Stand up, tighten your fists, lock your jaw, and move before the clock moves you. And don't get it twisted, this isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. It's about knowing when to hold your ground and when to walk away. It's about building yourself into a man that storms can't shake. See? Men think the world owes them something, but life doesn't care. It's not gonna hand you respect, it's not gonna hand you peace, and it sure as hell ain't gonna hand you freedom. You gotta carve that out with your own 2 hands. And here's the truth most won't tell you. The grind is lonely. There'll be nights where you feel invisible, where nobody claps for you, where your phone is silent and the world keeps moving without you. That's the test. That's where most men fold. But not you. Not if you decide right here, right now, that you're gonna become the kind of man your younger self dreamed about. The kind of man your enemies fear and your brothers respect. The kind of man who, when he dies, leaves behind a name people speak with weight. So, wake up, lock in, and start becoming him before it's too late.